It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. So here are the Commanders making their way out. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To the air goes Daniels. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Owe. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Let's go now.
To throw is Daniels. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Come on, come on.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely. 45 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And McLaurin, the motion man right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Throwing now is Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Play action. Now it's Daniels. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Daniels looking to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Daniels. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. Now Daniels. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down. Back to throw again. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
The Washington offense back out there. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize, put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Looking to throw. Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time.
Daniels going to throw for it.
Towards the end zone for Brown. And it'll be
picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. An entertaining start to this one. More to come. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Now Jackson going to shift him around.
Second and 9 now. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Jackson. And that is incomplete here.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Now it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They set up the screen for Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
They need 12 here. It's third down.
Here's Jackson to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nelson Aguilar from 13 yards out. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they can't bring him down. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Washington offense going back to work. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Operating from the gun. Daniels flushed out right. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. This offense so far on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
And this play still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts.
That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll look to throw here on first down. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his off.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. And they'll accept that penalty.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigating the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, though, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or 2.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic 1st down.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before break.
Daniels. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So we have reached halftime.
Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw is Jackson. This one into the hands of Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Jackson now. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Dancing to his left. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
On 3rd down, Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Throwing is Jackson. So give them the 1st down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
That's caught, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. Robinson with another carry.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Here's Daniels. And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now Daniels. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Odafe Owe picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Jackson. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Jackson here is going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Well, that 2-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people can't see this, but you've got a ball in your hands now, and you've got a thing locked in pretty well. You've got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
To the air goes Daniels.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long.
Back now at Commander's Field.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Daniels looking to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And, oh, that would get a wide up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Daniels from the gun on third down.
Flushed out right.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. To throw is Daniels.
Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On third down, Robinson.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown! Jamison Crowder, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Touchdown, Washington.
Noah Brown, 54 yards.
And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. Complete at the 1. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Second down, they go again with Henry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Flush to his right.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 4th down, here's Daniels.
Being chased out left. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Daniels. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way.
I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Daniels going to throw for it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler, 31 yards. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Austin Eckler capped it off with the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Jackson. Steps away. Complete. It's Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now a 2nd and 2. Jackson now. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, a 16-yard touchdown. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Daniels.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease. Robbed home with an easy